Guess who? Dun, 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 dun. With his new film coming out on Netflix tomorrow, let's talk about the film adaptation of the most zaniest, most craziest cartoon birds out there, Woody Woodpecker. Bad days, entertainment rankings and reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2017 live-action and animated slapstick comedy flick Woody Woodpecker, released by Universal under their Universal 1440 Entertainment banner along with Universal Animation Studios. Directed by Alex Zam, based on the popular cartoon character of the same name. Now, of course, Alex Zam, who had also recently directed various was at now this film was actually a direct-to-video project. Now, of course, Zam had also recently directed other direct-to-DVD films, including Inspector Gadget 2, The Haunting Hour, Don't Think About It, and let's see, let's see, Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2, Tooth Fairy 2, and Jingle All the Way 2. Now, this was his second direct-to-video title with Universal after recently directing The Little Rascals Save the Day 3 years before. He had also more recently had directed the remake of the Disney Channel film Under Wraps and its sequel. Anyway, the film stars Timothy Omundson, Graham Verchere, Jordana Largy, Thalia Ayala, if I mispronounce it, and I apologize, and Eric Bauza as the voice of the title character. The film's plot follows Woody protect his forest from a real estate lawyer planning to build an investment house in his habitat. Now, this film was produced in 2017 and was released in Brazil, where Woody was still popular at the time, but it didn't get released in the US until February of the following year. Unfortunately, it just got dissed and what have you, and it was only released theatrically in the Latin American market, which the film catered to and where the character is most popular. And overall, it made 15 million since it was only released in the Latin American market. So let me go ahead and give you a little bit of the story. In the Pine Grove Forest in Washington, Woody Woodpecker detects brothers Nate and Otis Grimes, two taxidermist poachers who attempt to capture and sell him for money, and causes them to tranquilize each other. In Seattle, Lance Walters, a real estate lawyer, gets fired after a video of him claiming wildlife conservation is profitable goes viral. He tells his glamorous girlfriend, Vanessa, that he intends to build an investment home on a large piece of property located near the Canadian border, left to him by his grandfather. Lance's ex-wife Linda leaves their son Tommy with him, and Vanessa, since she needs to care for her hospitalized father in Philadelphia. At the Pine Grove Forest, Lance, Tommy, and Vanessa meet park ranger Samantha Bartlett. As Lance and Vanessa unpack, Tommy goes into the forest for a walk. There he discovers and befriends Woody after he gives him peanut butter cookies. Woody visits the family at lunchtime and eats almost all of the food. Lance tries to shoo Woody away, but he accidentally wrecks the table and hits Vanessa in the face with a broom. The next morning, construction on the investment home begins, prompting an angered Woody to constantly cause chaos at the site. Later, in a nearby town, Tommy befriends a young musician named Jill who persuades him to join her band in the annual Firefly Festival. Tommy is then saved from two bullies by Woody. Anyway, as days pass, Lance grows more frustrated because of Woody's constant annoyance, mischief, chaos, and destruction of his project, and he goes to confront Samantha at the ranger station. She reveals Woody is an endangered species known as the pileated red-crowned woodpecker, which was thought to be extinct for 100 years, and Native Americans saw as a god of mischief and chaos. So Lance continues with his work, but Vanessa leaves him after Woody blows up their RV with her inside. So Lance tries to get the taxidermist who secretly still plan to sell Woody to get rid of him, but he keeps outwitting them and what have you. But Samantha advises Lance to make peace with Wade. He attempts to surrender by giving him cookies, and Wade agrees to let him and the workers continue with their construction. As long as he's given food every day. But anyway, yeah. That's all of this story I'm going to give to you. I'm not going to give you the ending and what have you. If you really want to know what happens, see the movie and what have you. Okay? But if you really do want to know, I'll go ahead and give you the ending. So I'll go ahead and count down to 5 seconds. So just go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below, okay? Okay, you've been warned as I give you the ending now. Now, eventually, the investment home is completed despite excessive payment and extended scheduling. At the town's Firefly Festival, Tommy and Jill's drummer Lyle comes down with food poisoning, prompting Woody to take over using a homemade drum kit. The performance is a success, and Lance is delighted to hear that Woody gave Tommy support, concluding that having humans around again isn't a bad thing. Woody heads back to the investment home and carves a mural above the fireplace. However, as he signs his name into the carving, he accidentally burns the house down after hitting exposed wiring. Horrified by his mistake, he flies back to his tree, thinking Woody was luring him into a false sense of security and furious that he would do this when he was just starting to like him. Lance calls the taxidermists again, Nate and Otis, who cut down his tree and tase him unconscious. As they leave, Tommy castigates his father for his actions and runs away. He then forms a plan to rescue Wade and heads to Grimes' shack with Jill and Lyle. As the brothers try to sell Wade at an online black market auction, Lance finds the mural that Woody had created. Realizing his mistake, he enlists Samantha's help, and they set out to find both Tommy and Woody, but the entire gang is captured by the brothers. As Nate aims a tranquilizer on Woody, Lance tilts his cage towards Woody's and frees him. After attacking the brothers, Woody chases them as they attempt to flee to the Canada border. He carves a hole in the middle of the bridge, and the brothers fall into the river below, where they are later arrested. Later, Lance apologizes to Woody for not knowing that the house fire was an accident and therefore replaces Woody's cut down tree with a birdhouse. And Woody accepts both the gift and the gang as a surrogate family. End of story. For realsies. Alright, now to give you my thoughts on Woody Woodpecker. Well, I've only seen it once. I can't find it again to rewatch it, but I will say it was kind of a pretty funny little film and what have you. And this was kind of done after recently having other forced careers get their own movies like Yogi Bear and Alvin and the Chipmunks. And I'm gonna say I feel like this film's kind of just a little underrated and what have you. I didn't think I would like the Woody Woodpecker film, but when I decided to check it out on Netflix while it was there a few years ago, I actually thought it wasn't too bad. Might not be one of the best, but still had a little bit of fun, what have you. Anyway, critics weren't too thrilled. It's said to have mere 13% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it only has a mere 8 reviews and what have you. And same thing with Common Sense Media. They weren't thrilled either. They're saying there's inanely cruel villains, an unoriginal story, ham-handed performances, and reliance on farts and burps are the low lights of this awkward effort to bring back a less engaging cartoon bird. Well, yeah, that's true. Some of the crude humor I didn't quite feel comfortable with at times. Now, one review said, if I was a supervillain and I wanted to harm all of the children of the world, I would fund and release a movie like this. Now, someone for an Argentine newspaper referred to the film as an effective entertainment for a young audience. So, yeah, I am gonna say it's a mixed bag though, but it has fun moments though. I mean, I like how Woody took out, well, faced those two bullies in one scene. That was pretty funny and what have you. So, anywho, I really will say that he's absolutely really good and what have you. Now then, Woody was voiced by Canadian voice actor Eric Bauza, who had recently voiced several Looney Tunes characters, and he actually still is doing them to this day in Looney Tunes cartoons and Bugs Bunny Builders. He also recently voiced characters on The Fairly Odd Parents and, of course, the recent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series on Nickelodeon. He's also voiced characters in other shows. There's so many to mention, what have you. Now, of course, this wasn't his first movie because because that same year this was filmed, he had voiced characters in the Jetsons and WWE Robo WrestleMania, Batman Harley Quinn, Smurfs The Lost Village, and the one film I think I would never want to watch this again. I'd rather watch Woody Woodpecker over this. The Emoji Movie. Yeah. Anyway, but anyway, he wasn't too bad as Woody. Now, even though I liked some of the old voice actors and Billy West, who had voiced him in the 1999 to 2001 or 2002 animated series that the Fox Network aired, he did pretty good and what have you. So, yeah. Now, as for Tommy, who would later star in Stargirl, yes, not the TV show, the former Disney Plus film. He plays Tommy. He does a very good job. Graham Verchere. Timothy Omundson plays Lance and what have you. Of course, he had been seen on TV in shows like Judging Amy, Psych, Supernatural, and Xena Warrior Princess. Yeah. And a fun fact, his name is a reference to Woody's creator, the late great Walter Lantz. Jordana Largy plays Samantha Bartlett. Pretty good and what have you. Thalia Ayala, who was of course popular Brazilian actress and model, plays Vanessa in this film. So anyway, yeah, she wasn't too bad. Adrian Glenn McMoran played Otis, and Scott McNeil played Nate. These these here brothers. Nah, I don't say they're twins. They're crazy brothers and what have you, and they are just so whoa. And I did like young Chelsea Miller played Jill. The girl becomes Tommy's friend. So anyway, the cast isn't too bad. The story's story's fine, what have you. Its humor's kind of hit or miss or what have you, but yeah, and Chris Hajian, if I mispronounced that name, I apologize, does the score, and it's fairly good and what have you. So, anyway, I will say Woody Woodpecker can be pretty, and what have you, but I would recommend you give this a one time watch and what have you. So, that's about all I can tell you. Now, of course, Woody's got a new film coming up on Netflix tomorrow called Woody Woodpecker Goes to Camp. You'll be expecting a spoiler-free review of it this weekend. I'll be doing it on Sunday, so which means I'm sending the Three Stooges in orbit to the 15th. So just so I let you know on that. So anyway, yeah, if you like Alvin and the Chipmunks or the Yogi Bear live action film, I think you might like Woody Woodpecker. Give it a one-time watch. So if you've seen the Woody Woodpecker film, let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me next time when I bring to you a review of Mad Max with Mel Gibson. So if you like this, consider checking out my reviews for these other fun-filled films with animal characters. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of a great sequel, and that's Doctor Dolittle 2 from 2001, the sequel to the 1998 film with Eddie Murphy, or go to the upper right hand corner and see my review of Alvin and the Chipmunks from 2007. Or if you would like maybe some real slapstick fun and what have you, see my review of the Three Stooges feature film from 1959, Have Rocket Will Travel. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.